Training camp is finally here.
Hey, let's go.
The slow, dragging on NFL offseason is finally starting to wrap up. As of Sunday, rookies, players coming back from injuries, as well as quarterbacks showed up to camp. Got the rest of the players showing up on Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, everybody else gets here. Man, finally we're getting into some actual football stuff.
Let's go,
I'm
man.
pumped. I'm pumped, man.
Dude, this it's starting this podcast, and this is, we're coming up on a year. We'll be releasing tomorrow our 1-year anniversary of doing this podcast. But man, when doing this and trying to create Viking content and all that good stuff, man, July is a brutal month. Most of the July, man, you're just looking for information, everything you can do to talk about and things like that. So no, we're excited to get this season rolling, and it's about time. It's about time.
Yeah, man. So should we jump into some recently breaking news here?
Yeah, let's do it. Before we jump into that, though, I want to thank everybody for watching the GG Sport podcast of Minnesota Vikings. Hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. The year's coming. We're gonna come out with some great content and only getting better here. So, yeah. So what's the first news that we got? Some pretty good stuff that we've been waiting for a while.
Yeah. So I talked about rookies showing up to camp. As of Sunday, every 2022 draft pick is officially signed. Obviously, for a while there, we were waiting on Ingram, who I know had some issues with the wording in his contract, as well as Andrew Booth with the injury. The contract situation was dicey, but they're both settled. So let's take a look. First off, second-round pick guard Ed Ingram has agreed to a deal. 4 years, $5.998 million, $1.542 million signing bonus. Don't quite know what the guaranteed money is in there. I'm sure there's a couple guaranteed years at the very least. Now, Ingram being a second-round pick, the expectations for the kid coming out of LSU are sky high. Obviously, I don't think he needs to feel that pressure of starting right away because obviously with Chris Reed and Jesse Davis in the building, that right guard spot will be fine. So yeah, I think it's nice to get this one done, and hopefully he comes into camp. Hopefully he surprises us a little bit, huh?
Yeah. No, I hope so, man. I mean, we picked him as a second round pick, so it's not like he has to come in and start immediately as like a first rounder might have to. But that second round pick, the expectations are still high, and man, I'm really excited and hoping that he can, prove himself during this competition that's going to be at right guard. And it would be crazy if he ends up being the one that sticks out and ends up the season as a starter, just because if he ends up being a stud, I mean, that offensive line takes a massive boost. So
yeah, man, for sure. Well, we'll see what he can do. Now, for a guy who a lot of people, some national media outlets saying might end up stealing a starting cornerback job this year, that would also be other second round pick Andrew Booth Jr. 4-year, $8.31 million contract. Signing bonus $3.22 million and counts $1.51 million against the 2022 salary cap. I'm excited when this guy gets fully healthy. He was balling well injured at Clemson. So I'm excited to see what he can do at full strength. I think to me, it wouldn't be surprising at all if he ends up being the training camp wonder boy, becomes right Mr. PTO or whatever they're going to call him now, and ends up grabbing hold of one of those starting cornerback spots.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I think I don't think there's much of a ceiling on this guy, especially since what you said about the injury thing. And if he's healthy and going into this training camp, I mean, who knows what he can do and how many heads he's going to turn. This is a good chance that this guy could be the steal of the draft. So I'm excited to finally get these guys signed. And man, it's just training camps coming. We get to finally see these rookies in action. Obviously, it's because training camp always starts a little slow, but once those pads come on, it's game time. So
yeah, for sure. And obviously, as you can see down here, Kirk Cousins is in the building. Of course, quarterbacks can come in on the same day as rookies, and if you're the starting quarterback, you got to be in as soon as you can. Really start to. I think, like I said, we're going to start seeing that other side of Kirk Cousins when it comes to a leadership perspective this year. I really, really believe that. So
yeah,
Kirk is here.
Obviously, Kirk gets brought up. You got to talk about it for a second. so like you just said, hopefully with that mutual respect between him and KOC, there's been tons and tons more of Mike Zimmer versus Kirk Cousins stuff going on. There's not much more to talk about. You're gonna push that all the way into the training camp, but it will be interesting to see how it goes with him maybe feeling like he can stand up and be a bigger leader with a guy like KOC compared to Zimmer.
For sure, for sure. All right, and last little bit of news we have here before we get into more training camp related stuff. The 90th roster spot has been filled. Now, we did a video last week. Lots of cool ideas. Ndamukong Suh, toughen up the interior of that line. Kyle Rudolph, he's in Tampa now, coming in, backing up Irv Smith at tight end. JC Treader coming in, locking down the center spot for years to come. Maybe a Linval Joseph signing, right? Awesome. Let's go. Let's get the spot filled. None of that happened. Minnesota Vikings.
Even better.
Tight end.
Sean Bayer. Let's go.
Sean Bayer. He
whatever. Bayer.
Went to college at one of the Iowa tight ends. Obviously, I saw a report this morning. He was actually a pretty highly touted tight end. He's fast. He's got good hands, but throughout his career, he ended up being tucked behind the likes of George Kittle, as well as TJ Hawkinson and Noah Fant. So and then after that, he never really exploded like he was supposed to. Lots of physical traits to love. Obviously, with that 90th roster spot, we all thought something big was going to happen. So this kind of shies away from that. However, though,
Kyle Rudolph.
What's that?
That I have a feeling we push hard for Kyle Rudolph.
Yeah,
Rudy, but I don't blame him. I mean, Tom Brady, like Gronk replacement. I mean, there's literally not a better tight end spot you could ever want to fill. So
for sure. But if he ends up working out on some of that potential, you never know. You never know. He fills his spot. However, wide receiver Blake Prohl and linebacker Ryan Connolly, both coming off, I believe, ACL injuries last year, have been put on the PUP. So I think that means that you can fill 2 more spots for training camp. I guess I don't know for sure. I don't know all the rules behind that. I probably should look that up before this, but that happened there. So Sean Bayer, I hope the best for you. Maybe, like I said, not a lot of expectation with the signing. Everybody was hoping for a bigger name, but maybe he'll come in and surprise us at the end of the day. Only time will tell going into training camp.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So
yeah, back to the training camp stuff.
Just a little bit of a refresher here. I know we did a video on this a few weeks back, but the first scheduled practice for training camp, as you can see here, is July 30th. Gates open 11:45. So July 30th, which is Saturday, I believe. Yep, Saturday. Everything starts to kick off. We start getting hot heavy with this stuff. From there, there's going to be no shortage of news, man. And I am ready for that. What are your thoughts there?
Dude, more than ready. It's like this last month feels like it's been like an entire year waiting. I mean, this whole offseason, we've had an exciting offseason, obviously. But that even makes it even more like you want the season to come up even faster because of all the new additions and especially, after the draft and getting those rookies and just seeing how, we got a few guys that we might be able to plug some big holes right off the bat. And I mean, I think it's easy for me to say this because, we just went through our first year of the podcasting and stuff like that, but I haven't been as excited for a season in a long time. And I feel like that's kind of the vibe going around just Vikings fandom in general.
I think it's part of the vibe going around the players too, because
the players,
vets never want to go to training camp. For us, it's like going to a regular day of work. But Delvin Cook, I believe Chris Thompson or someone reached out to Delvin Cook, asked how he's feeling, and Delvin Cook's fired up.
Dude, he's number 4 now.
To get here,
coming in at number 4, gets to catch more passes. Like I can see why Delvin Cook probably just like he's just probably just a whole new mindset now. I don't know. I'm sure he's super pumped up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know Justin Jefferson said that Cook is angry about being ranked at 5th highest running back. So there's going to be a lot motivating Delvin Cook. I think it's just you're just seeing the change of culture on this team. Everybody's fired up to come in and get to work, and that's what's exciting to me. Is everybody's ready? There's nobody not coming into camp. Everybody's rip roaring, ready to go.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Players. There was a video the other day, Amir Smith, or yesterday when the rookies reported on Sunday. Amir Smith-Marset, even with foot injury, he's pumped up, ready to go. He's not wearing a boot, so he's ready to go full blast, man. Let's go.
It's time. So continue with the schedule. So we got August 1st. So it's interesting because you got, man, why does the autograph thing got to be kids only?
I know, right? I want an
'Cause,
autograph.
I mean, if someone can borrow me a kid real quick and I can go and get like a Justin Jefferson autograph or something, like I'd be very appreciative of that.
Yeah, man. But practices keep rolling, going into August 2nd, August 3rd.
Third.
It's all about, everything's kind of the same. And then I believe, when do they get into padded? Oh, yeah, they
That's
get
what
into
I'm.
padded practice basically right away on August 1st.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yep. I think, and then they
Nice.
alternate to kind of keep it light and everything. So that's
Right,
good.
right, right.
Keep going on. When's that night practice? This is regular practice throughout these days. And then you get to, if August 8th is when they'll have their night practice.
Okay.
Looks like a lot of fun to
It's
go
coming
to.
quick. It's coming
It
quick.
is coming quick. And then I believe, keep a few more practices. And I believe, when is it? They have the joint practice with the 49ers on the 17th here, as well as the 18th. And then that rolls right into the first preseason game on that weekend. So it's coming up fast, man. It's coming up fast.
Yep. It's so weird because it's gonna be like, all right, wait, nothing. Then all right, let's go. Season starts, and then it's just.
And of course,
quick.
all the stuff is getting exciting, right? As I'm going through a move, and you're taking a trip to Spain in a few weeks here. So
Hey, we got this though. We're grinding out here.
We'll definitely make it work. But and any other thoughts or news on training camp at all?
Nothing too much. Just in the future here, probably next week we'll start dropping some videos on some camp battles and see how the first couple days go and all that good stuff. So yeah. I mean, it's time. It's time to see how this new Vikings team, with a lot of the same players, a lot of the same talent that we know is great talent that just was misused last year, and with additional talent, and see how they roll out this year. And it's time to watch it and get excited. And
let's get serious. Let's roll. We're about to come up with some better content here. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be fun. So anyway, that will do it for this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave us a like. Let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to the most this upcoming training camp. If you want to check out a couple of our other videos, you can click those links right up here. Most importantly, as Jamie said, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends. Share the channel with everybody else. Ring the bell. Get notifications. We will see you guys in the next episode of the GG Sports Podcast.
Skol Vikes.